Hi guys, you guys welcome back to my channel. Keep some profit, and as usual, I'm going to be running you through the top-down analysis for the dollar and some foreign currencies. As you all know, most of the analysis that I usually give to you guys, they play out most of the times, and I give it for free. This is just like my contribution back to the society for what I've learned, and I felt others should also learn from it. So straight away into the chart without wasting much time. Looking at the dollar index, which is our base currency that we usually want to start from. And as usual, the top-down analysis, we like looking at it from the monthly, so that when things change or when there is a shift in what we analyze, we'll be able to detect it from a higher time frame perspective. Okay, so for the dollar index, if you've been watching the previous videos, you know that we've been long on the dollar index. You can see on the top right corner, you're going to see the card for the previous video. You can click on it, yeah, and then you can watch previous video. And our point of interest for the dollar has been this line here, right, about 107.755. All right, 107.755. You can even adjust it and make it a QP. All right, so it's 107.750. Okay, so our point of interest has been that level for a while, so we've been going long on the dollar to achieve this level, 107.750. Watch the previous videos to know why, but for today's video, we want to see what happened in the previous week and what we expect to see in the next week. So price hasn't gotten to our monthly target, so we'll keep going long on the dollar. So if we switch down to the weekly time frame, you'll see that we expected this move for price to go above here and return to this light blue shaded line right here, this light blue rectangle right about this place, and then continue to move upward. And you can see how smoothly price did that. It's moved all the way to this level, took out liquidity resting above here, as you can see, and then price has been struggling. And after a while, as last week we said we expected to see price trade back into this weekly fair value gap. You can see a fair value gap right here on the weekly, which was our target for last week, for price to trade into it and trade out of it. So price did just that. It traded into this fair value gap right here, and now it's rallying above. So you can see how smooth our analysis always is. All right, so top down analysis, it's one of the best things that has happened to me. It has happened to see the market from a higher time frame perspective and to be able to tell the story of what's happening in the entire market using technical analysis. Okay, now if we look at the daily time frame, our expectation for the weekly, by the way, is for price to trade all the way up here going into the next week. Of course, there are some fundamentals that may influence that decision, and knowing the international events that has been occurring, the crisis, the wars, the pegging and all that, so many fundamentals has been affecting the dollar, and the dollar, which is one of the most global currencies, has been heavily affected. So however, we need to see dollar up here based on our technical analysis. We need to see the dollar all the way up here going into next week or the beginning of next month at least. Okay, so on the daily time frame, this is what we saw last week. Last week we saw price trading into this very good region that we highlighted. All right, so on Monday we had a short of the dollar into this region, and after it did that, it started going back up. And you know why we highlighted that region, right? You know why that region was highlighted from the weekly, because the weekly fair value gap, we expected price to obey it even to the latter, even to the daily time frame. Okay, so that is what price has done. Now another thing you should also take note of on the dollar is that we've been expecting the dollar to close below this low, right? Below this low, dollar couldn't close below it, and now there's another new low right here. Let me highlight that. Okay, there's a new low right here. The dollar is refusing to close below previous low, so that's telling us that all these moves to the downside are liquidity hunts. They're just liquidity hunts. Okay, until we see a good close. Now that we have a new low, we need to see price go below this low. We need to see the candle close, not just the wick below. We need to see the candle close. That's what we call the proper break of structure. You're going to see a video on that in the midweek, all right? And midweek, you're going to see a short clip on proper break of structure, so you should look out for it. All right, so until price close below this place, for now, we can say that the dollar is in a range. Okay, it has been ranging up and down until it closes below this low. All right, because if you say this is not a break of structure, if you look at the 1 hour time, 4 hours time frame rather, you're not going to see a clear trend. Okay, so if you say this is a break of structure, that means it has gone ahead to break structure above. Okay, so are you going to say you're in a buy trend or in a sell trend? So to get good perspective on this, look at the daily time frame and look for proper break of structure. Okay, now that you've understood that, I'll have to get rid of all these elements in the chart so that the chart looks clean. Okay, so we need to see currently, we need to see, sorry, we need to see price close below this new low it has formed. This is the new low. All right, it's not a break of structure, it's just a wick to take out liquidity. So we need to see price close below this level for us to confirm that we are now bearish. Okay, so this is now the new range, the upper boundary and the lower boundary of the dollar. So the dollar is ranging within this range until price closes above or below any of this before we now conclude that we're in a change of trend. Okay, so that is that for the dollar. So this is what it did last week, traded into this level, and now it's going back up. So from last week, we noticed that the dollar has been in a range. Okay, so one thing I'm expecting the dollar to do is to trade all the way up here, and after it gets to this place, we may be expecting it to now come down. Okay, so when dollar gets to this level, we may now expect it to come below. All right, so that's for the dollar. All right, so looking at the dollar on the 4 hour time frame, very clearly you can see that we've been in a range, very obvious range. You can see the up and down movement. We may need to see one more up thrust, and then the dollar will begin to come crashing down. Okay, so that's that for the dollar. This is what we expect to see the dollar to move up all the way to 107.750 levels. Okay, that's my expectation for the dollar next week. I expect it to keep moving up all the way to this level if it breaks out of this range. All right, now let's look at the few foreign currencies. Let's look at the Great British Pound, which is one of my favorites. Looking at it from the monthly time frame, already we know we are bearish on Great British Pound on the monthly time frame, so we may expect it to keep coming down all the way to this low right here. Okay, this is my expectation for Great British Pound. So it hasn't changed. If you look at the weekly time frame, because we saw the clear break of structure on the weekly time frame right about here, and we expect price to continue going down. However, the Great British Pound is in a range. If you look at it on the daily time frame, this is the upper boundary and this is the lower boundary. Okay, the dotted lines are boundaries for a range. Okay, so if you can see it clearly, let me zoom in. You can see that it's between this range, upper boundary, lower boundary, and it's been ranging all the while. Okay, so it ranges from one point to the second point. If price keeps trading within that level, we will say that price is ranging. But if it's trading above and beyond those levels, then we say it's trending. All right, I hope you learned something new from that. Okay, so looking at the Great British Pound, my projection last week for price was for price to trade into this fair value gap or this order block. The blue line is the fair value gap, the red is the order block where I expect price to short from. So price traded into it, and I started taking GBP USD shots from there all the way into Friday. I have been shorting GBP USD intraday. Okay, so until it trades out of this line, what I will be doing now is to short it from premium and to buy it from discount. Okay, now it's moving at discount. I want to see if there are further indices to support my bias to go long, which is what I usually check, is the 1 hour time frame. Good. Now you can see that the 1 hour time frame has shown us a break of structure because price has closed above this last high. Okay, so I may be looking to go long on GBP USD next week into any of these levels. Okay, so what I'll be looking out for is order blocks like this one. I'll be looking out for fair value gaps like this one to trade GBP USD into. So I want to see a run on liquidity all the way into this order block. You can see another order block on the 1 hour here. You can see a fair value gap above it and below it. So I want to long GBPUSD into this level going into next week. Okay, I want to long GBPUSD into that level. So let me take this out because that's fulfilled its mission, and I'm going to show you where I expect GBPUSD to trade into this particular order block right here. Okay, so going into next week, this is my target. This is my first target for GBPUSD going into next week. I expect GBPUSD to trade all the way into this level. All right, so that is my expectation for GBPUSD. All right, so you can do similar things for other currencies. Looking at the euro, I've shown you my expectation for GBPUSD. So quickly looking at the euro is kind of a replica of the GBPUSD. I still expect euro to trade all the way down here based on my weekly bias. If you look at the daily time frame, euro has shown us a shift in market structure on the daily time frame. You can see the last low. After this low was formed, let me take this off. After this low was formed, it was taken out and another high was taken out. Okay, so this is what we call the fucking move or the frustrating move. Okay, pardon my language, but that's what many people understand it with. Okay, so this is the frustrate you move. All right, so they take out the sellers, they take out the buyers, and they are moving upward. So you can see the shift in market structure. Price is closed above the previous high. You can see it clearly right here. The price has closed above the previous high. You can see the closing right here. So we may expect the euro to continue to trade further upwards. Now, if it continues to trade further upwards, where do I expect it to go? I expect it to take out this relative equal highs residing right here. That's what I expect the euro USD to trade into. And taking out this previous highs, it may trade into this order block residing here. Okay, so for euro USD intraday analysis or intra-week, right, I expect you to trade into this level. Right, this is my expectation for the euro USD. Expect it to trade all the way up there. Right, so let me take out a few things so that the chart is clear for you to understand. Okay, so I expect it to trade all the way up here before it comes crashing down. Okay, so this is my weekly analysis and daily analysis for the euro USD. Okay, so if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see how possible that is going to be. You can see that it's already a resumption of trend, shifting structure to the upside. So I'm going to be longing euro USD all the way upwards. Okay, so long as my 1 hour chart supports my analysis, I'm going to be going long on the euro USD continuously until it achieves my daily target. All right, so that is that for the euro USD. I hope this video was helpful. Within the week, I'm going to drop a market structure video on how to show or indicate break of market structure. All right, so within the week, I'm going to drop that. And I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. All right, and so we'll see you again next week. I wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys. Peace out.